TLDR, this topic is unnecessarily complex. Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and I talk about sustainability and slow living here. So the other day I was frequenting my favorite vegan eatery in San Diego, which is Plant Power Fast Food, which is not very healthy vegan food, but very fun vegan food. And I noticed that they had bioplastics for their cups. And I got curious, what is bioplastic and where does it actually go? Currently, bioplastics account for about 1% of the 3 million tons of plastic that's produced annually. So it doesn't have that big of a share, but it is basically people who are trying to find a solution to our plastic crisis. So to start, for some formal definitions, what is biodegradable? Biodegradable means capable of being broken down, especially into innocuous products, by the action of living things such as microorganisms. If someone who's more science inclined can tell me down in the comments below, is there a difference between biodegradable and compostable in purely scientific terms, please let me know. Marketing wise, biodegradable is much more used than compostable. And when people use the term biodegradable, what they're really meaning is something that will take less time than plastic to biodegrade, which means it'll be broken down into teeny tiny little pieces, and that means it's gone. But not all biodegradable things are created equally. Some people have suggested that why don't we just make plastic more degradable so that it will disappear from the earth sooner. But the truth is that it will never actually disappear. It'll just get tiny and tinier little pieces, and that contributes to microplastics, which are actually getting into our ecosystem and have been found in traces, especially in marine life. Okay, so we've established that we don't want regular plastics to be just degradable. So what are bioplastics? They're basically anything made out of plant-based materials such as starches or food product residue, things of that nature. But there's, in the bioplastics realm, there's more natural sources, and then there's the more synthetics that can also be considered bioplastic. Okay, so you might be asking, bioplastics are better than non-bioplastics, right? A good quote to sum this up is that the diversity of biodegradable materials and their varying properties makes it difficult to make such simple, generic assessments, such as biodegradable products are all good or petrochemical-based products are all bad. My favorite word in the entire English language, there's nuance to it. So through the research that I did, I think that there's kind of 3 categories that you can landfill up in. Trash puns. If you live in a place that offers industrial composting, then yes, bioplastics are actually a good solution because they can be composted in industrial facilities. But what if you live in an area that does not offer industrial composting, like most of the US at this time, and you have a home compost? Possibly. Probably not. To quote a researcher, they say that these are unlikely to reach the thermophilic compost temperatures required for both suitable degradation of certain materials and to achieve sanitation. So when you have a home compost, it basically means that your compost does not have the capacity to break down these bioplastics that are meant to be in industrial composting that has a higher capacity. If you have neither industrial composting or home composting, the answer is yes, no. So some arguments for yes are that bioplastics inherently come from better materials because plastics are derived from oil, whereas bioplastics are derived from more renewable resources. But as I just alluded to, if you don't have the proper ways for these bioplastics to compost or biodegrade, they're just gonna sit there. The greenwashing alarm should be just blaring up right now. Another con of bioplastics, if you don't have the composting facilities, is that it may be mistaken and put into recycle streams where they cannot be recycled. So whereas a plastic water bottle, even though the recycle rates are very low, can be recycled, bioplastics cannot be recycled, they have to be composted. So if you're putting a bioplastic into a recycle stream, it's doing a lot more harm. So now that you're a little bit more informed, what are your action items to take away from this video? 1. check out your local waste management and get involved with all things trash related. So once you figure out what your local waste situation is, also check out your local political situation. So does your city have requirements for labeling? Does your state? Does your country, if you're not in the US? I know I have a couple viewers who are not in the US. Google is your friend when trying to find out anything about laws, regulations, and protections. And also, if you are in the US, there is a website by the EPA, which I will put, and it tells you all the environmental regulations that the EPA has per state. So once you know the situation of your local management and your political situation, call or email your representatives and let them know your thoughts. And the final action step is to avoid the whole situation just by bringing your reusable cup. So I try to do this whenever I go places, but sometimes it's really hard. Leave a comment down below if you figured out what the situation with waste management is where you live, and maybe something you can do to inspire us to take action as well. Going forward, I'm trying to incorporate more action steps into these videos because I think that we all have such capacity to make our voices heard, and it's really important to make our voices heard, not just through personal impact, but also through political impact. Thank you for watching this video, and again, my name is Sarah and I talk about sustainability and slow living here, so if these are things that interest you, go ahead and click that subscribe button and click the notification bell to get emails every single time I post. Thank you friends for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thermophilic compost temperatures. Ooh, sexy terms. Okay.